Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory for the Tuesday. Heck yeah, early Tuesday. We're getting closer. Getting closer to the weekend, right? That's how everybody looks at it. Oh, that reminds me too. Oh yeah, that reminds me of another thing as well. We are on a modded playthrough, so if you're new here or you forgot or want to be reminded again, because I got to remind everyone on every episode, otherwise they ask me. Uh, we are on a modded playthrough, and if you'd like to know what those mods are, the mods list is down in the description section, along with the mod authors and a link to Satisfactory Mod Manager so you can download and install mods for yourself. Okay. Um, so yeah, that reminds me of seeing the presents drop. I did go around and collect a bunch more. Um, I had to do it between episodes because I had completely forgotten over the weekend. So that was unfortunate. Um, and I was also kind of busy too, but I did intend to do it over the weekend, and I just kind of forgot. I got caught up in other stuff, so that's okay though. I did remember between episodes, and uh, and actually, what's funny is um, I did that between the episodes, but that was just shortly before this episode got started to be recorded. So here we are. So yep, I collected a bunch more. I'm not exactly sure how much is here, but I filled the rest up with this box in hopes that that would be enough. Okay, so we're building red baubles. We need to build blue ones as well, which is here. It's 1 to 2, so we need to figure this out as well. Um, okay, wait a minute. Let's look at our research first. We're still on the Christmas update, as you can tell, so I'm still trying. I'm still trying to get everything. Um, the Ficsmas holiday event, we're trying for this one here. So we needed 200 baubles plus 100 reefs. Um, oops. We can actually just scroll down. So the reefs, if we click to expand, so the reefs take 6 baubles and it makes 2. I can't believe I'm doing this math again. So if it takes 6 to make 2, it takes 3 to make 1, and we need how many? 100. We need 100, so we take that 100 times 3, so that's 300. We need 300 sets for just that, plus 400 plus 500. So we got 500 of those groups that we need to make. Those groups are 1 to 1 to make the group. It's 1 blue and 1 red to make, or it's 1. Sorry, so it's 1 copper and 1 iron. Yeah, it's 1 copper, 1 iron to make 1. So if we need 500 of these, um, we need 500 of these. Minus 25. So we need 475. I think I already got the copper ones going. I got the red ones going for copper. So we just need to figure out iron. Um, so to make these, it takes 3 to make 1, and we need 475. So to take that 475 times 3 times 3, that equals 1,000. So 1,425. I am correct. Yes, that's times 3. So 1,425 blue ones. So 1,425. It takes 1 to make 2. So 1,425. We divide that by 2. So we need 700. Wait a second. So we need 712.5 gifts. because it takes 1 to make 2, and it takes, because we only need 500, or sorry, 475. Let's do that again. So we need 475 iron. Yeah, 475 times 3 equals 1,000. 1,425 blue ones is what we need. 1,425 blue ones, but it takes 1 present to make 2 of them, so we just divide that by 2. So yeah, 712.5. So 500. I am doing this right. Oops, that's the wrong one. 1 gift makes 2 blue. So 712. Okay. So 500. See if we can get 100 here put together. There's 600. Okay, there's 700. So 712, right? 1,425 by 2. 712. Okay. So there's 700. I'm just going to put that 700 in. Make things easy. This is the blue, so that's this one. Okay. I think I did my math right. At least I'm hoping I did. So I need a thing of 13 because we can't do 700. There we go. Perfect. So 13. I think. We'll know in a minute. Okay, cool. So that is all of that for our Christmas stuff. We're still working on this. Can't remember how many reds we needed. Needed a lot though. We're still making them, right? I mean, of course we are. I wonder if we're almost done here. We're getting there. So that'll make blue, then that'll make red, and then we'll take those and make the combined version. Or we'll take those and make these. And then, yeah, whatever. Something like that. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that should work though. Because we need 500. Yeah. I'm just gonna get out of my brain. All right. So if you all of this. So if you remember last time, we built most of the steel production facility as far as steel pipes and steel beams. We don't have it fully connected yet. We do have belts full of steel ingots and stuff like that. So this one's going to be making steel beams. So we're going to Control C, Control Shift W, Control V, 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 and yeah, that one was already there. Okay. And then we're going to get some power. So I'm going to make these. I need to go around and make everything like Mark II belts or Mark Mark II belts, Mark II poles and stuff, but I kind of want to skip it at the same time. Because it's just not needed right now. Plus, I'd rather do everything in Mark III anyway. Alright. Then we're going to do a Mark II pipe outlet to connect that to there. We got everything else connected pretty much, right? Yeah, I think so. Something like that anyway. Pretty sure, unless I missed the conveyor left on the top here. I did. There she is, like, there she goes. Okay. Right, that's got steel in it. This got steel in it. Okay. And, well, since we're doing Mark IIs, we'll put down the Mark IIs. So there, and we're doing a cross section because it just, oops. Because it just makes sense. It just makes sense. There we go. You're in the way. We will have to drop this. Or we can raise it up, I suppose. Yeah, let's raise it up. Raise up, fool. I used to say that all the time in construction sim. So funny. Okay. Oh, now unfortunately, these things are too low. I guess if we ever get a ceiling on this type of stuff, like I said, I think I've said it in the past that these aren't permanent. How are we doing on everything? Good. We're getting low on that. Oh, now I did. We'll go over there right now. Drink my morning coffee. Grab some presents. Delicious. Now I did stop the sinking of quick wire, and I might grab like, I don't know, 4 stacks, 5 stacks. Grab like 5 stacks of quick wire, bring it down to the hub down there, and then send everything else on its way. I need to do something with this space too. If you guys have an idea of what we could use for this giant space right here next to the power station, be my guest to give me an idea. We could always use all kinds of different things. It's not really big enough to do anything with the train, so, keep that in mind. If I come up with something, I'll let you know, but wait, where am I at? What am I doing again? Ah, that's it, yeah. That's how quickly, that's actually scary, but that's how quickly I forget stuff sometimes. There'll be times where I'll just straight up forget what I'm doing right at that moment, and then it takes me a minute to finally remember. Now, if I'm actually physically doing something, I won't forget in the middle of doing something of what I'm doing, but if I'm going to go do something, I sometimes will forget that I'm going to go do that, and I'll either get sidetracked, like I'm doing now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's perfect. And then Mark II. Going on in. But yeah, I'll either get sidetracked or I'll forget completely. And have to sit there and think for a minute. I still need to, like, give some structural support to some of these roads. I'm getting there though, okay? Just leave me alone. Also, we gotta remember too that we cannot continue this road here. So this block just kind of have to end. It has to end here. And I also probably need to, like, foundations. We probably also need to, like, start ramping upwards. I don't know. Either that or we cut it off right here. Just kind of cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Not that kind of cutting off, but it's terrible, by the way. Yeah, we just kind of disconnect the rest of this. Like I said, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm still figuring that out. Something. We could do something here, though. Anyway, back to what I was doing. See. Get distracted. Get distracted. Distracted to the max. Squirrel brain. Like I've said in the previous past, it's one of those things my brain does. It goes, nope, this is not interesting enough. We'll just forget it and move on to something different, something more stimulating. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know how to control that kind of stuff. Something I've always dealt with, though. Kind of annoys the crap out of me, but that's the way it is. Okay, so we're gonna go. Um, so if you go like here, and then go. So I want to connect. I want to do a dual connection right behind here. It's probably gonna blow a fuse too, I bet. Which we're gonna blow. We're gonna blow a good fuse here. Need to go underneath this pipe though. Okay, so we'll go right there. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna take this. And we're gonna go right about there. Oh, big problems. I haven't even connected anything. I was right that we were gonna blow a fuse, I just didn't expect it to be before I hooked anything up. Let's see what happened. Looks like we rose to power too quickly. We should be making way more than that, so we're low on something. Didn't expect us to be working on power today. This is like a weekly occurrence, man. Hopefully it doesn't become a daily occurrence. So yeah, we should be producing like 1400, 1600 power. And we were producing 800 and some there. So we need to fix that ASAP. Figure out what went wrong. Okay, we'll go over to the things that are actually connected. Wait a minute. What the heck? This one isn't connected. Oh, it's out of something. That's what it is. It is out of coal. Huh. Yep, we are out of coal. Well, that's not good. That is really not good. We're completely out of coal. I mean, I know we're burning coal to make steel, but we're not really burning coal to make steel. We're kind of, but we're not really. Okay, so that means that we're not bringing in enough coal anymore. Or you weren't bringing in enough coal. There's no coal in the system. Oof. Well, wait, what happened to my... Oh, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Shut up. Do what I want. Now, luckily, we do have a station over here that is not using coal. Actually, probably most of these stations are not using coal. At least not as much. So we can empty these out and send them up the shafts. Yeah, only 2 of them ran out fully. No, 1 of them ran out fully. Okay, and then we just blew a fuse, so, okay. Weird. That one specifically decided it wanted to run out of coal. That's okay. We'll just take all of these stations, empty them all out. Like this one here. I need to get these on a merging system. I think that's that'll definitely help. I need to get these on a merging system so that um, they can share an inventory. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that one's full. That one's pretty much full. That one's pretty much full. As you can see, like a lot of these these ones are full. Plus the stations are full. I'm just wondering where I should merge. No, we can't merge. We can't merge up there. There's no room to be able to do that. I didn't. I should have set that up, to be honest, but that's alright. So what we're gonna do, because this one, so we're gonna do a split merge basically. So I'm gonna split merge this one right here. Yeah, we're gonna split it there. Then we're gonna merge it right next to it. So. And then we're going to split merge, but I'm going to use kind of a logistical type deal. And then merger. So basically I'm just using the model to help me out here. So basically I'm splitting and merging so that other systems can feed off of that. But because that one station ran out, the whole system went down. What I should do is put I was trying to think of a better system. If I could somehow merge everything into one big type of deal and then split it, I guess that would also work too. I need to get on to making steel so I can convert all this to actually we need to get rid of all do this over again because I'm not going to be able to upgrade belts if I do it this way. Just thought about that. Let's put a merger. Whoops. I almost screwed that. Splitter. I wish I could hold the whole control and line it up, but it's not wanting to. Oh, it is wanting to work. Okay. So yeah, split merge, and this way. Need to do a bit of a load balance somehow. And what we could do is we could use smart splitters, but I don't have those unlocked yet. Okay. Put two mergers on top of each other. Get rid of one. We'll use a splitter. once more. It's not like pipes where you can have flow in both directions if you wanted. Although that would be pretty cool. You'll have a dual directional belt that goes off of flow rate. To decide which direction to move the belt in. So yeah, basically we're just split merging all the way down to this side. Because this side's not used, because we don't have enough space, I figured we could split merge to there, and then split merge to there, and then split merge to there, and split merge to there. And this will be the end line, since this line's not being used anyway. I mean, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't at the same time. Okay, cool. So that'll definitely fill up that. So the very last one I'm going to, so yeah, you can see all the lines now moving. I'm going to put all this coal back. Some of these. Yeah, so now one of these can be out, and it can be helped out by the other system, so that it's so that some of these systems can be a little bit better, maybe. I need to get out of here. All right, cool. That should help. That one seemed to have run out before anything else for some reason. That's actually kind of weird that that ran out like that. I have no idea what would have caused that to run out like that. It's a little bit strange. Just a wee bit. We just gotta wait for the... I'm just gonna wait for the system to basically fill up before we restart our system. And hopefully we should have enough online that allow it to work. So this is why I can't merge up here. As you can see, even though they're all here, can't exactly do that. Now what I could do is, since this one is not being used, I could rotate it, bring it over, and then split and put mergers at each one of these turning points. And we could do it that way. I actually might do that. That sounds like a good idea. Oh, gotta be careful here as well. Because we're going to have to disconnect belts, but we're going to have to somehow reconnect them. Well, at least. Well, that one's the longest one, so. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do a merger. And then that way, that unused line. Let's see, where is it? Oh, it's right there. Okay. I was like, that way that. Oops. Yeah, merger. The unused line can get some use out of it to fill the system when everything else is emptying out. Basically. Okay, we should see a movement. Yeah, still full. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure all of these. Yeah, I should have done this earlier, to be honest. Yeah, merger. This. Got to delete that. There. Yep, and that is now flowing. Okay. And that'll also make sure all the lifts are working as well. trying to figure out. Because that's the thing with these types of systems. Yeah, you could have a plan in place, but it's not always going to work, I think, on this game. Like, it really depends on your setup and how you got things set up, and whether or not the system is actually going to work like you intended it to work, or it's going to work differently. So even you could play this game like me. You could play this game for almost 1,000 hours and still learn new things, or still have to um, get systems into working like they should be working, um, and whatnot. So it happens. I'm still learning this system myself, even though I literally almost have 1,000 hours in this game. You know, this game is actually my most played on Steam. And again, not impressive, I know. Oh, I forgot to check this one, to be honest. That's flowing, okay. And I think I forgot to check this one too. It's flowing. Good. Okay. And last one to connect to this. And it's flowing. Okay. Then take this lift. Do that. Conveyor lift, conveyor lift, conveyor lift, conveyor lift. Okay. It's going to be a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tight. I don't want to go too close. It needs to also be able to connect to everything. Yeah. This is flowing, right? Yeah, it's flowing. Okay. And what this is going to do is it's going to keep that moving. We'll make sure at each point that it is working. Okay. Don't know why I didn't think of this before, to be honest. Okay. Alright. And last one. She's flowing. Okay. That'll split between all those. If any of them get a little bit low, then it'll immediately start trying to fill that gap. Cool. Back down we go. Got some coal to get rid of. Just I need to see if the system has fully stopped. It has. That probably means everything's full. So go back over here. So that also means we're either not mining enough coal or our trains are too slow. So this will happen again, just it's going to happen less at a less time. So yeah, it should be good. Alright, let's head back in. Yay, power fixing day. Every now and again we got to go back into the system and rework it. I will have to go back in and rework it anyway. Yeah, we can finally reset the system though. Yeah, that's better. So 1,200 is what we're doing. I actually got one extra as well. And then I'll turn them on as I need them. Alright, so back to what we were doing. Gonna take a little bit of a drink. My voice is starting to get scratchy. It's like I'm doing a voice constantly all the time. No. No, thanks. Would not want to do a voice all the time. That's why I be myself, you know. Because I've heard it's quite the thing to have a personality online, right? And then um, that personality, you drop that personality even for a moment, and everybody goes, "What's wrong with you?" You know. It, I guess, somewhat out of concern, but also somewhat out of what the hell is wrong with you? Why aren't you this personality that I fell in love with? So I just be myself. This is how I am. And if you like it, you like it, and you'll stick around. If you don't, you don't, and you'll leave. However, wait a minute. What? Oh, did I not set these? No, they're set. Oh, there's no steel in them. I got some steel for you. Right. Oh, they don't have power. What? Oh, I never hooked them up. I'm an idiot. There we go. I never actually hooked them to the poles. Whoopsies. Hey, look at this. Beautiful. Very, very nice. We're gonna go check on the red bubbles down here. I know nothing was happening, but I want to check on them anyway. I know they're getting close. I think they're getting close to being done. We got 639, 640. How many presents we got left? Oh, we got a lot. Never mind. Never mind. Not even close. I actually might. I got some speed modules. I'm calling some. I got some overclockers. Speed these up. But that increased the power. Kinda. There was a little bit of a jump there, but could have been anything. Yeah, it's like we need to go much faster than we are currently doing. Right, well, at least we're producing everything we need to produce. Is this hooked to anything? No. It was hooked to something, I can't remember though. Okay. Back to steel making. We need to hook it up to the main system. Up there. Oop, a little bit of lag. Okay. So yeah, we gotta hook it up on this level here. So we're going to need, I'm gonna use a splitter. Um, that way we can just 90-degree it right on in. It's so close. It's right there. And right there, I think. Yeah, we'll just use splitters. I always use splitters anyway, I believe. Something like that. Okay. This is a good thing for the covered lifts. Now, if this mod ever goes away, I won't be able to use these types of tricks anymore. Sadly. Okay, that should be, yep, there we go. So we got steel beams and steel pipes. Sweet. I would just use a Mark II belt. Very nice. I'm actually quite happy about this now. We can finally start upgrading stuff to Mark III. Of course, that is once um, that is once we get a stock of it. Gotta get stock of it first. Alrighty then. Everything's hooked up. And everything's making steel plates and steel pipes and steel beams. Very, very nice. I like it. Alright. What should we work on next? Can we make encased beams yet? Encased. I don't know how to spell. Excuse me. That's like I don't know how to spell all of a sudden. No, we could do some decoration. While we kind of wait for our demise here. So these are going to be the actual decoration of these. I am going to change the door. I'll change the color of them all. But it'd be nice to have so you can always climb up. Like I said, I'll color these gray. I actually decided to leave these beams, these concrete beams in there, because now that I got the big old sidewalk and all that, I got all this room from that one critical change we made. I'm actually pretty happy. Actually pretty happy about this change that I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta get rid of this ladder. So this ladder is not the way I want it. Like, it's a hidden ladder inside the beam, which is kind of cool, but also it looks kind of weird. So, to give things a little bit extra flair, a little bit extra texture, I guess you could say. I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah. So, since we're doing decoration a little bit, we can go for, we can grab a stack of beams, and we can go for the angled beam on our other deal. Let me grab some extra there. We'll just grab all the beams for now. There's not many in here. It's going to take a while for the steel to actually get flowing good. Or for the steel to actually start backing up in a lot of those machines. The pipes, wait, no, all these beams should be fine. Because it's just splitting between, wait, 60, 120. Oh, that's why. It's because I got 4 machines on one belt, which is a 120 belt. That's okay. We will fix. Okay, so let's put up some more ladders as well. So we can actually kind of get up here. Actually, this is just perfect as well. These. It's like I can't build it any higher. So it's just perfect. Oh, that's nice. I actually like that. again, like I said, I'll change the color. So it's going to be a little bit awkward, but I think we can make it work. At least I'm hoping we can make it work. Look at all that steel being moved. Oh yeah, that one belt's not going to work. Just because it's not hooked up to anything right now. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then we're going to take our 2 meter. This is a 2 meter raise. Or is this a 1 meter raise? This is a 1 meter? It is. Oh, okay. And then we're gonna just like that. Okay, cool. So I'm putting this ramp in here for a very specific reason. Because I need to get a beam. So now that we got steel, we can put these beams down. Which will be really nice. So we're gonna go diagonal. So this is what I love about these beams, right? If you haven't seen these beams before, these beams, so here's the default, right? You got the default, this can go this way. It can also go this way. You can also connect, go this way, and stuff like that, right? I'm sorry, my PC is lagging quite a lot for some reason right now. I do not know why. Actually, do not know why. It's probably Windows 10 installing more modules, I bet. But the other thing you can do is you can go diagonal. Yeah, you can't go side to side. You can only go diagonal. Yeah, you can go off the concrete. You go off your beam. Do crazy wacky stuff like this. So slight angle. Really strange, really weird. Stuff like that. You can see my PC lagging in real time. You also do the painted ones. Whichever you like. We'll do. Let's see, we need to do here. To here. Think. That's how we do that. Okay. Try this out. Alright, a little bit awkward because of the angle. Yeah, the angle's slightly off. Okay, I'm gonna try again here. The autosave killed it. Boo. Alright, let's try again. Okay, this is going from the middle, so this is where the beam would normally attach, right? So it'd normally attach there. What we might do because of the angle, we might have to. It's just gonna clip in and it might glitch and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not quite matching up, and I do not know why. Oh, you know what might know. I might know why. Okay. So the other feature you can do is freeform. So freeform allows you to just wherever you like. So let's try freeform. Yeah, that diagonal might be causing us some issues. No, it's not. Okay. Hmm. Uh, so, let's try going all the way through. Is it gonna follow this angle? Not quite. Something is really strange here. Let's see here. Will that work? Actually, that might have saved it. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Remove that one. Get our beams back. And look at that. Nice. Nice. I put the ramps in there because I thought I was going to go along the ramps, but then I remembered, oh yeah, these beams are smaller. So they have to go in the exact middle. So yeah, that's what we needed. Um, we just needed to, like that. And then grab our concrete beam. We attached it from down here, didn't we? Well, we can know by the gap, yeah. Yeah, we attached it from down there. So that's perfect. Ooh, don't go too fast. And get our beam back. So that's very indicative of how actual construction is made in the world. So remove that extra. Same with here. Remove that extra. So yeah, if you didn't know, if you ever looked at a building, see these metal beams here, these I-beams. Let's turn it back on to default. Normally they're placed like they're concreted in on the ends, or welded together on the ends, or bolted together on the ends. There's several different styles you can do. But in this game, you can also, um, oops, sorry, we can also place over the beam. So then, basically plan it out, and then we put the beam in place. And if you want your steel, you can always put it back and do that. Also got to get rid of this, because there's that in the way. So yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Very cool. I like it. And, oh yeah, we can get rid of these concrete ramps now. Oop. And now that we're starting to make steel beams, we can realize the dream of some of the other stuff we were wanting to do. We did fully hook that up. Okay. And actually, did I even set those machines up to make concrete? I mean, I did. I thought I did. Can we make the jump? Yeah. Oh man, we made it clear on top of the belt. Yeah, these are all made. I wonder why that was disconnected. Weird. Maybe that was an accident at some other time. But yeah, look at this, man. Oh yeah, we can also do our other thing. Hold on. Almost forgot about these, the middle ones. Wait, the middle ones. No, we're good. We're good. Okay. grab our beam, set this to freeform. And this is how you make angles, by the way. Really cool angled stuff. Just using that freeform. Now it's not exactly perfect, as you can see. Like there's a gap at the top and stuff like that. It's not exactly perfect. You can probably correct it if you really tried, but I don't think we're gonna need that here. I really don't. Get my beam back. Okay, cool. That's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, was get those beams in place. Oh, they don't exactly work, do they? They're a little bit weird. We can do, to fix it, a bit of an extra beam right there. And it'll be a little lumpy, but a little bit bumpy, a little bit weird looking. I didn't realize there was that much of a gap, so we'll just connect that in, and we'll just ignore the glitching, I guess. It seemed to, actually, it doesn't even connect here properly. We'll leave that one. That one's a little bit different to try and fix. Okay. That worked pretty well, actually. Was not expecting that to work so well. So we got steel beams and steel pipes working, and we did a bit of detail work. Let me go grab some more rods so we can continue making our little ladders. So 400. That should work. It's actually really cool though, because I don't have to make the height properly. Oh yeah. Something's running low. What do we got? What do we got running low here? Oh, you're just low on, oh, well. Yeah, you're just running low. You're just running low because you want to run low. I always love that about me. The sudden realization of what's wrong and then correcting myself that that's not what's wrong. And then sometimes even going a step further and correcting myself of what was wrong originally, I was actually right. And then sometimes doing that and then doing a further correction, going, oh, I was actually wrong the whole time. Oh, another autosave lag. And my PC's just being laggy today. Do not know why. Actually, I know exactly why, but I just say I don't know why. Um, I guess I don't truly know exactly why either. I can only take guesses. It's a combination of Windows 10 and me playing a game, of my failing graphics card, um, my failing graphics card uh, putting more work onto the hard drive, as it's one to do. Like, yeah, playing games does put activity on your hard drive, but it doesn't usually max out your hard drive while your graphics card is sitting there going, oh, I can run at 80% now usage instead of 100. So there, I'm going to use your hard drive instead. Looks like we got damn near all of them. Oh, nope, no, we got damn near. We got all of them. Okay, cool. This one. We can color all the ladders gray. Yeah. So I wonder if we can color them. Oh, that turns them back blue. Okay. Actually, don't know what swatch color this is. It's like an orange and gray. I'm thinking it might have been for these. Oh, I'm actually turning those orange instead of yellow. Interesting. Let's try this one. Yeah, this one works much better. I like this one better. I don't like the orange and black. I do like those to be kind of not quite like not banana yellow, but like caution yellow, which is actually a bit of an orange. It's a very off color. Oh, so this is a thing that has been a thing for a long time in DOT, which we always found baffling, but there might be some science behind it too that could explain why this happens. So working for DOT, you will constantly hear stories. I guess it depends on which DOT you work for, because Department of Transportation, even though it's a governmental job, it's a governmental department. Um, Not everybody runs the Department of Transportation the same, and every state is different. But the one I worked in, we had orange trucks, big old bright orange dump trucks, pickups. Um, Basically anything that we used was orange and stuff like that. Big old flashing orange lights. Sometimes white, depending on the vehicle, depending on the LED bar, LED flash bar that was made. But anyway, big old orange trucks. Yet our trucks, on a regular occurrence, this is just in all of DOT in this one particular state. Um, so but it was a pretty common occurrence to actually get hit by traffic cars when those big orange trucks are out on the road. Orange is supposed to be a way for the traffic to be able to notice you right away. Like um, you can see this truck for miles, basically. If you can actually see the truck if the truck is on the highway and you can see it from miles away, you can see it from miles away. Basically, the hilly terrain or anything else of that nature is not blocking the view of the truck from your eyeballs. But yeah, you can see this truck from miles away, and most of the time, I say 99.9% of the time, the lights are flashing orange, unless they're driving at speed. So it was always a common occurrence to hear, oh, this district, I can't remember what they were called anymore, but during Department of Transportation, you always hear, oh, this district got hit by a semi truck. Their dump truck got hit by a semi truck while they were out picking up trash on the side of the interstate. Because in the I'm not going to say which state I live in, but in the state I live in, apparently it's cruelty to send prisoners out to pick up trash along the interstate. Which, if you actually talk to the prisoners, most of them would rather do that than sit in their cells. So, you know, but in the state I live in, apparently that's a big no-no to have prisoners pick up trash along the inside of the interstate but they'd rather pay either us or um, groups of people to go out and pick up trash instead. uh, when they could literally pay those guys very little because, well, that's how the prisoner work system works. all your rights are taken away when you go to jail. So, which makes sense to me. But anyway, yeah, it's just like what the. Why are people hitting these trucks? And I think the phenomenon is, I guess you could call it a phenomenon. The thing a lot of people get tunnel vision, and tunnel vision, you tend to block out anything else around you other than what's directly in front of your vehicle, and sometimes not even that. You'll get tunnel vision so bad, and you'll see, it'll come as a surprise, this big orange vehicle, because you're completely blocking it out. But you'll see this big orange vehicle at the last second, and your brain kind of makes you swerve toward the vehicle because it's a big target. So you're just like, you just inadvertently turn towards it and smash into it instead. If you're gonna hit it, or if you're gonna come close to hitting it, or come close to hitting somebody else, you're gonna aim for the big orange vehicle. Um, Not intentionally. I think it's a brain thing. It's one of those. It's one of those like not unexplainable, but one of those things that scientists know about, know that happens, and they can just go, "Yep, this is what happens." We can tell you why it happens, but we can't tell you why our brains make that kind of thing happen. That kind of stuff. So it's like it's not intentional. It's just it's the way the brain works. It's really crazy though, which is why in work zones, after if a lane is blocked on the interstate, I don't know what I'm doing and just kind of talking. Oh, I'm waiting for beams, but we can go grab some more. While we're kind of just not doing anything and just talking. But yeah, one of the things you'll see is a two-lane interstate, and then you'll see a bunch of road signs leading up to it usually, and then um, you'll see like a bunch of cones right in a row blocking off an entire lane, like going from two lanes, kind of tapering back down to one lane. And you'll see this, and you'll be like, "Well, what's that for?" That's just to push the traffic over with the usually it's accompanied by what they call an arrow board, which is a big old flashing arrow. Either the arrow is in line mode. I can't remember what the mode was called, but it would go dot 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 and then put the arrow in the direction you need to move over, or just flash the arrow, whichever. Then you would see a truck with this big old thing on the back of it. This big, usually a dump truck. This big old thing on the back of it. It's got a bunch of yellow barrels or black barrels in it, which is a bunch of framing, and it's got a striped yellow and black thing, and it's got a big old board on there that's got flashing lights. Um, that thing is called the crash attenuator. Okay, just real quick, this is what I wanted to do, by the way, because I think this will look cool. Yeah, buddy, I like it. Oops. I like it a lot. We'll just do that. This works really well. Nice. And it looks like it's structuring the building as well. So yeah, what that big thing is called a crash attenuator, and the reason they call it a crash attenuator is because it's designed to be hit by vehicles. It's actually set up and designed to be hit by a vehicle, or multiple, I guess, technically. That'd be a little weird, but to see a multiple vehicle crash into one, I'm sure it's happened though. Um, yeah, they're designed to be hit by vehicles. They actually have a mode set on them, so when they're out on the interstate, um, after that taper of cones is designed to trick your brain into crashing into it if you're in a panic. It's some kind of psychological type deal. That if you're going to crash into something, um, that crash attenuator is going to look really, to your brain, it's going to basically force you, in a sense, it's going to force you to crash into it. It's going to go, okay, that's something to crash into. We're going to crash into it because the way the lights are set up. The way the lights are set up, this is what I wanted to do, by the way. Look at this. See, looks cool. Looks really cool. Yeah, I like that. And then, yeah, we need one here as well. We'll just, even though there's not going to be anything there, we'll just go to the other building as well. That's what that thing is for. It's actually a really cool device, backed up by a lot of science and stuff. A lot of sciencey stuff. Um, it's just like, oh yeah, if you're heading towards it, the lights on it are just basically signaling to your brain that, hey, crash here. That way we avoid, or everybody basically ends up avoiding a big crash. We end up avoiding a big crash with people, because most of the time in those types of construction zones, you're going to see I don't know if I want that sticking out like that. Maybe we'll leave that one out of the picture. I guess if it don't look too bad, we'll leave that one out of the picture. Out of the building there. Yeah, it looks kind of cool, actually. And it connects up very nicely with that. I like it. So yeah, and just another thing too, I would say, if you're ever out on the highway around a construction zone, and you can only remember one thing, just remember that, just remember this, that I guess not one thing, it's multiple things, but that they're not out there to ruin your day, at least not in most cases. Most cases, DOT is not out there to ruin your day. They're not out there to. They're not setting up that work zone basically to be a nuisance to the traveling public. They are out there fixing the road so that it's safe to drive on. That is the whole point of all of that. So don't think that don't think the DOT's out there just to make a nuisance of themselves, just to be in your way, and as well as be respectful to I would say be respectful to the work zone people that are out there. Follow any kind of speed limits and stuff, because you may think that oh, they're just slowing you down to annoy you, or to slow you down to be annoying to the traveling public or whatever. It's like, oh, we don't need to go that slow. And then you're not going that slow, and then something happens, and most people are just gonna go, oh, woe is me. And be like, oh, how could this happen to me? I hit somebody, or I hit one of their vehicles, or whatever have you, um, be the situation, and they just go, oh, woe is me. And it's just like, really? You're just thinking of yourself here, are you? Kind of selfish. Not thinking of anybody else. I mean, not everybody does that, and accidents are going to happen. Sometimes accidents are going to happen regardless of speed and stuff like that. Sometimes the universe just decides to hate on that one person. That can happen too. I get it. But usually the work zone speed limit is there for a reason. It's there to keep the workers safe. Why doesn't that make a sound? Did you guys catch that? It's not making a sound. And I don't like it. I think they broke the sound, or I broke the sound, one of the two. Let's see if this matches up. Yeah, this mixed with the concrete I think is going to look good. Yeah, that's going to look nice. Oh, heck yeah. I'm loving this. It's just one of them things. And it's also one of them things, too. Most people don't realize how dangerous it is to be out on a roadway, especially out on the interstate when, you know, you've got a work zone set up. You're walking along the interstate fixing potholes, or maybe you're cleaning up a mess after a big accident, trying to make the roadways safe for all the drivers on the road, and you're literally standing only a couple of feet away from vehicles going. I mean, on the interstate, they were going, sometimes. Sometimes they're going the speed limit 75, sometimes they're going 80, sometimes they're going 90. It really depends. And even the semis do it too. It's because everybody thinks we're out there to be a nuisance, and we're not. We were out there to fix the road so that you guys could drive without potholes. Things like that. People just driving as fast as they can as if we don't even exist. And you're just sitting there thinking, man, if I am one step this way and get hit by a car going 80 miles an hour, I'm dead. There's no going to the hospital after that. It's just instant death. And more than likely the driver's gonna be, you know, if they don't crash and send themselves to the hospital, they're gonna be crying and bawling how they hit somebody. And they weren't paying attention. Stuff like that. There's a lot of respect to go around, and not a lot of people spread that around, especially when it comes to work zones. And I guess and you can't really, I guess you can't really blame everybody because they don't understand the situation. I mean, they really should be paying attention, but yeah, if you don't know what it's like to be out on the roadway, I don't blame you either, because it's just one of them things. You kind of have to be trying to figure out how I'm going to get this. You kind of have to be out on the roadway in that situation where cars are flying by you. You kind of have to be out there in order to truly understand what it's like to be in that dangerous of a situation. So, I get it when people don't understand. And what sucks even more is the Department of Transportation. Would we set up work zones? Or when we did set up work zones, we weren't allowed to regulate speed. That wasn't something we were allowed to do. And that was because the work zone, according to the Department of Transportation, the work zone has to be up. Um, it does have to be up for more than a day in order to regulate the speed. That was just the interstate, though, so I don't know if that's how it works on the inner cities, but yeah, that was our reality. So we weren't allowed to regulate speed, just in case you were thinking that, because I know I would think that. Like, well, why didn't you just regulate the speed of everybody? It's like, because we weren't allowed to. The only ones that were allowed to regulate speed were contractors, which is the ones that would do the overlays if overlays were needed. They were allowed to regulate speed because their work zone would usually be up for like weeks on end. It's like I get it. You know, you don't want us to regulate speed when it's not needed, but sometimes, especially around the holidays, let us regulate some speed because how dangerous it is. You know, our state troopers as well would they would get off the roadway. This is actually pretty funny. Um, the state troopers would get off the roadway during the holiday season. Um, so in our state, you wouldn't see them out on the interstate a lot. Like sometimes they'd be out there to patrol, but the main reason is because a lot of drivers they see. I should have brought this all the way across. They'll see a state trooper sitting in the middle of the interstate or on the side of the interstate, whatever. And everybody's first instinct, if they're speeding, even if they're only going like 5 mile an hour over, um, their first instinct is to hit the brakes and start slowing her down so they don't get a ticket, right? Well, being a state trooper, you see that all the time. And normally it's not a problem, but during holiday traffic, when there's a lot of traffic going 80 mile an hour, 90 mile an hour, everybody's going a different speed. Um, and usually you get groups of cars, and the cars in front will see the state trooper because the cars in the rear is they're not gonna see him because they're tailgating and whatever not, and yeah, they won't see those vehicles. They won't see the state troopers, so they probably won't even be paying attention, and the vehicle in front of them will hit the brakes to slow down because they're speeding, and the vehicle behind them won't see it, and then they'll smash into the rear end, and then you got a big accident on your hand, all because there was a state trooper. There was a state trooper sitting there, and people got freaked out trying to not get a speeding ticket. Which is kind of sad that that's their people's instinct. It's just like, especially in my state where I live, if you're speeding and you see if you're speeding and you see a state trooper, um, if they're going to pull you over, they've already tagged you. There is no slow down and hope they don't tag you. They've got automatic radar on their vehicle usually, and all they got to do is just sit there and watch the radar, you know, and it'll go off basically. That was the basic version I had gotten explained to me. Main reason I know a lot of this is because our Department of Transportation shared a building with the state troopers. So we got to talk to them a lot about stuff, which was really cool. But yeah, it's just like, if you're speeding and you see a state trooper where I live, you've already been tagged. You've already been tagged, and if they're going to pull you over, if they think it's worth the trouble, they will. But most of the time, their state troopers are. I mean, they're not lenient. They will pull you over, but most of the time they're going to be lenient on tickets. Uh, for the most part. I mean, if it's only a little bit of speed, they're not even gonna bother pulling you over. They're just not worth the effort. It's not worth the effort to pull you over and then have you get like a $100 ticket. It's not worth the court costs. They're not gonna make money off of that. So they'd be like, don't worry about this type of speed. Which is, I guess Speeding vehicles can get a little bit of a break on that. Because me, I don't really care about speeding vehicles either when they're going, 5 mile an hour faster or whatever. It's just like it's not worth the effort to worry about it. We're out of beans again. Or not again. I guess technically again. Oh, this is wait. Oh, you're out of steel. Oh wait, you have no power. What? When did this happen? Oh, you never got hooked up. Make sure that all these guys are hooked up first. Oh yeah, we're really low on steel. I'm gonna take all the steel and we're gonna upgrade. We're gonna start upgrading some lines here. We can do that next time though. We're pretty low on time. I love how the way my conversations go is all over the place. you know. Let's see how we're doing in here. So basically, we can just. Oh wait, these are Mark III lifts. Wait, I got some threes. I got some twos. Or is that all? Okay, Mark III, 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 Mark III. So why aren't you producing any faster? You're producing 45 a minute times 10. Yeah, we should be. Oh, you know what it might be? It might be the belts. Because the belts aren't able to process that quickly, or they're not able to move that quickly. It's like that could be the reason. But we should be underproducing, or we should be underusing our steel. Well, you're completely backed up, so that might be why too. Our system might not be working correctly. Okay, now head outside. Yeah, like half of these aren't even moving. Okay, so I'm curious then what happens if I go over here and I take out a belt. Like an entire belt, like this belt of steel, this one's moving. Yeah, why is it so empty? Huh, something's not hooked up right. That one, that one, that one. That one, that one, that one, that one. I might actually turn these two just to see what's moving here. Hmm. Don't know. Guess I'll have to figure that out later. And my, I guess you could call it somewhat of a rant or something like that. uh, but that's going to be over now and whatnot. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here for now, and we'll figure this out next time. But until then, hope you enjoyed. And again, until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.